Alright boys, welcome back. So Elizabeth is going to be the new festival character, Queen Elizabeth, who I do believe will be the actual Bloody Elizabeth. Now, if you recall the leaks, this character that got leaked when she came out was codenamed Bloody Elizabeth. However, she is not Bloody Elizabeth, right? She's not got that outfit on. She's not really based off the actual fight against the Demon King. So I do believe, despite this actual Elizabeth being called Queen Elizabeth, I think it will be based off the actual final, chapters a little bit, the actual, Elizabeth fighting back against Demon King, which would be funny if she does counter Demon King. Not that he needs to be countered, because he's kind of dead right now a little bit. He's not dead, but like, we need to counter better on the unknowns. The goddesses can't be stat lowered, so who knows? Maybe tier doesn't do too well against them. But boys, we have a community reaction here. I'm kind of curious how things actually turn out here and what people are thinking, because from my perspective right now, the little bit that I've seen from my comments and obviously a few other people in the community is people are kind of disappointed, and it does come down to the fact that it is the December festival, or I guess November festival. These are normally the hypest time of the year, where when we got, was it Ragnarok Hell as a festival, a lot of people were excited, which is kind of weird because I don't think she did too well, where I think Elizabeth is going to do really well. But it's kind of not fair because, have you seen this new banner? I don't have the full image right now, but like, Mayo, Permanently, Light Escanor, Light Barn, Traitor Melee, and then like a lot of the seasonal characters, like good ones as well. Like, you're like, if anything, people are going to summon on this banner just for the banner. Who cares about Elizabeth? I don't care about Elizabeth. I'm probably not going to use her. I don't really care about goddesses. Sure, I might do it for a video or two if I get the actual full setup, but yeah, I do not care. I just care about getting the banner and getting the characters. This is really fun, by the way. Reddit's been popping off lately. Unfortunately, Queen Liz has been chosen as the 4.5 anniversary festival JP1 as Arthur Sion. Talk about no big deal. I knew I was too hyped to be a... No, it's true. No, it's true. I do think, by the way, that Chaos Arthur, not this one, the one from Seven Sins, will be the actual December festival. It's just a given. Like, if anything, it makes a bit more sense now, because one of my problems with Arthur coming in November, even though I did think it would happen, was because he was coming with this chapter before he gets shown. Literally in December, we're getting back-to-back chapters. The next chapter coming out next week will be the Demon King fight, and after that, it will literally be the Chaos Arthur story plot and all that other stuff. So maybe they decide to do that, but no one net Marble on this point now because they chose Elizabeth. Lolly Merlin does appear next chapter. We're probably going to get another one of those, so we'll have to wait and see. Okay, let's check some of the comments here. So, clearly it's not enough, guys. We need more Elizabeths. I think the Elizabeth repetition is fine. Like, I don't care if a character gets 20 different versions. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, they are the main characters. It's going to work. I think they should definitely prioritize other characters, like Escanor. Hello, we have 4 of them. It is what it is. My only problem with Elizabeth is that we wasted a slot on a seasonal and also a slot for a 76 character, because, to be fair, boys, 76 characters nowadays are not as common. Like, they are a bit of a rarity nowadays, you could say. So to get a goddess Elizabeth who is a PvE character who got replaced by the PvE LR Elizabeth, and we're also now getting another goddess Elizabeth, why was this character even made? Like, it generally makes no sense. This could have been a Sario, it could have been a Tamio, it could have been a female Sario, it could have been Nero Bastard, it could have been any other goddesses at a time where the male definitely needed it. So that's my only gripe about this Elizabeth and, this goddess shenanigans we've got in this year. So why was she even bothered? Why did he bother making her? Someone says, I hope Elizabeth is broken like Ultimate Escanor. Is Ultimate Escanor broken? Maybe if he was a goddess and had the goddess stats and could work up other goddesses, if he had the exact same kit. But I think LR Escanor's broken. I don't think you want Elizabeth to be broken like Ultimate Escanor. I think you want her to be broken like Albedo, like Tyr, right? They're the big bad boys right now in the meta, or like Demon King, for example. So yeah, I'm not too sure that's the right statement to say right now. I mean, she's a fan favorite in Japan. Understandable why they made her character, not my personal choice, but hey. Someone asked, why is she a fan favorite in JP? As far as I remember, Globe players threw a fit every time they pick Elizabeth for anniversary. I think once again, it's the same situation, right? Like, it's a good character. People are going to enjoy it. People are going to like it, especially for goddesses. But it's always something better. And typically, I would say, if it's not Escanor or King, I think people are upset. Because if you think about it right now, if it was Diane, which once again deserves to be a festival, people will be upset. If it was Golfer, people would probably be upset a little bit, right? And not very Merlin, we just got one, but Merlin's really good at unknowns. Like, it's a weird situation to be in. The global side, at least the West community, doesn't like Elizabeth too much, but I guess she's a big fan favorite in Japan. For me personally, I do typically like every character in the game because, I do like 70 Sins, right? But I think it comes down to the kit. Like, Ultimate Escanor is sick. I love Escanor. But good lord, his kit is terrible. Not in a way that is bad in the game. I just think it's terribly designed. I do not like playing with him. It's just not fun. So once again, it comes down to how they designed. But like, Albedo, just so fun to play with, right? YouTubers look dumb now. I mean, a little bit, right? A little bit. But you got to remember, like, we're trying to tease stuff. We have to, like, put things in the thumbnail. I'm not putting Elizabeth. Like, the chances of Elizabeth coming when we had no proof towards it. Well, like, the only reliable character we knew was coming was Chaos Arthur. So, of course, that's the only prediction. We thought that maybe we could get a new melee. And who knows, we may still get another melee at the end of the year. But that's not guaranteed. The one character that was almost guaranteed and the more likelihood here, and it's kind of what you have to do on YouTube, was definitely Chaos Arthur. Plus, everyone's looking forward to him. You know, they're kind of building up towards humans with Escanor. Surely, like, there's no way he doesn't come for December. Someone to say she better be a DPS. Once again, we kind of have a supportive PvE Liz, so it makes sense that we kind of get a DPS Liz to kind of coincide both together a little bit. But also, if it is based on Blood Elizabeth, she should be a DPS character. And yeah, kind of what the team needs right now, because Mayel kind of carries it a little bit. You just basically support him. But yeah, the last Elizabeth was literally kind of a mix of both. She was a kind of support character, I feel like the first 2 turns, and then she turned to a DPS character. She also heals a little bit, she survives. She was kind of trying to do both, where I hope they just go down the route of being a pure DPS, because, once again, if it is Blood Elizabeth, that's like the true first time Elizabeth is a pure DPS, right? So that's kind of what I want to see. I really hope they don't do Elizabeth dirty like how they did with Light Elizabeth and Mayel. Don't know if they did Mayel dirty. Mayel is just really good, it's just... he just doesn't have a team, right? It's like Ella Escanor. Ella Escanor is probably one of the best characters in the game, but he doesn't have a good team, so no one really uses him. Goddess meta is needed. I'm much more hyped. They need a complete team. I don't think so, you know. I mean, it's cool to get them. I don't mind more teams become more usable, but I think Mayo is really healthy, man. Like, the fact there's no way to counter him, it's just... he's just pure DPS. You can't debuff him. You can't lower his stats. You can't do nothing towards Mayel. And he lifesteals so much as well. It's literally you have to one-turn him. And it's not really fun in the game design, right? So I'm not too sure how I feel about much more or needed and much more hype. But it is what it is. 4 Nights Apocalypse Arthur, that actually matters. Once again, I agree. Generally, I don't really care too much about this Arthur coming out because it's, yeah, not from 4 Nights, right? But I do believe this new Arthur is like the bridge between 4 Nights, right? If he comes out in December and then now we can start to get 4 Nights characters, we can now start to go towards the sequel. He's kind of the bridge from obviously 4 Nights towards 70 Sins. So that's kind of why I'm looking forward to this Arthur so much, right? Because he's kind of like the new era. He's the end of 70 Sins. He is what's going to bring 4 Nights towards Grand Cross. Kind of a good point here, but we are due some relics soon, and someone does say maybe to give Mayo a relic. He does not definitely need it. But Tristan's a little bit of a sleeper here. We did see Tristan's ultimate. You can see kind of like Goddess Elizabeth or Queen Elizabeth, right? Maybe that's what the model is actually based on. So yeah, maybe we got spoiled all that time ago. But I feel like they could give Tristan a relic a little bit, but then what did he do, right? Because he's kind of made to support goddesses and made to support demons. Definitely not usable on demons, and definitely only ever see play in goddess teams, but who knows what they decide to do. Not reading all of this, but someone does say here that no, don't give Mayo a relic. It's just I'd rather them save it for when you actually need it, before he starts falling off, right? And that's very true. We saw obviously the one Escanor, he got a relic straight away just because, hey, relic's a new thing in the game. Here's the one Escanor, buy packs. That was essentially their reason for it. And he got it way too soon to where now he doesn't have a good relic, and now there's no way to bring it back, right? If he didn't have a relic, they could have given one now, and it would actually went in a lot better. So, yeah, you definitely do not want Mayo to get a relic now or anytime soon. I say Guild Wars player. I want to mention you do not want goddesses to be good. Once again, what I've been saying, man. It's not fun. It's not healthy, right? It's just literally pure damage. They got cleanses, you got damage reduction. Ella Mog is now better as well. More CC. Mayo can one-shot you if you don't have good crit resistance, or if you're not bringing unknowns, basically. It's yeah, gonna be a sham. Wonder how she's gonna play out though, if she's gonna be countering Albedo, because to be fair, I think the unknown team with Albedo starting up is still gonna probably wreck that team. So we have to wait and see what happens here. And then finally Smash. Boys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Let me know what you think of Elizabeth. Are you excited? Are you hyped? Once again, I think it's a must summon anyway, because the banner itself is going to be literally the best banner we've ever gotten. But that's the problem. It's the best banner we've ever gotten in November. What's happened in December? Chaos Arthur's probably coming. I'm starting to back, and I kind of like the idea now of the Chaos attribute. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but the fact they have now seen it for the end of the year, clearly something big is coming. And if they want to try and top this new banner, what are they going to do? And I think the best way to do it is to do something massive and something surprising. So, boys, it's still a good time to be playing Grand Cross. If you are new, then do subscribe. We are heading towards 24k. I think like 100 subs away, boys. So if you are new, then do subscribe. But, boys, thank you for watching. And, yeah, peace.